Hey everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be taking a look at a piece by one of my all-time favorite designers, that being Rick Owens, as we take a look at this awesome sweatshirt. Now Rick Owens, he's someone who looks like he might work out too much, and he's kind of wrinkly in a sort of off-putting, weathered way, and it's weird, but as a designer, he is god tier. He is unmatched, unbeatable, so I'm so excited to check this out. Let's get into it. But before we get going, I ask you to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, or even if you don't, the videos are only going to get better, so even if you hate this one, you can subscribe and you'll like the future ones. I promise you, it doesn't cost you anything. Just check it out, click that button below, and I thank you dearly. So as you can see, this ain't your daddy's sweatshirt. There's some crazy stuff going on here. Obviously starting with this like smock attachment in the front, and then going down you've got these kind of tech straps coming off the bottom of it. There are so many amazing aspects to this. I don't even know where to start. I'm so excited. But I think we should start, as we always do, with the retail tag. So this is a very long piece of really thick cardboard. You can see it's kind of looks like two layers there to it. And it is a matte gray with a little punch up there for the string. And at the very bottom in black, just printed on there, you have the Rick Owens logo in kind of a script font. The back of that is blank, but they do have the manufacturer sticker on there, which is always super important. So it is a white sticker with rounded edges in black print. Up top in bold, you have that model number. Of course, we'll want to reference back to that to make sure everything matches up. Off to the right of that, you've got the size, so S for small. You've got your colorway, black dust, and then a barcode down at the bottom. And then kind of going vertically from top to bottom along the right side, you've got made in Italy. Italy is all in caps. And this sticker is identical to the one that we saw on the Rick Owens dark shadow piece, which makes sense because unlike most designers' diffusion lines, they are really at the same price point, manufactured in the same place. And this is attached by a thin black string up to a black safety pin right under the armpit there. Next, let's take a look at the brand tag at the back of the neck. So if you happen to remember that dark shadow piece, it had really identical strips here, kind of like road lanes or like a vertical equal sign, but that actually didn't have any print on it, whereas this does. So printed on there, and again printed, it's not stitched in like most labels. On the left one, you've got the Rick Owens logo, that script logo. And on the right one, he always puts in the name of the collection. So in this case, Babel, and then the season, so spring, summer 19. And these tags are gray with a kind of horizontal ribbon texture to them, as you can see. And they're stitched in on all four sides, going all the way around. And because this one's a little uneven, you can actually see that the ends of these are folded under, because you can see that little bit coming out there. So that is actually a good little detail. And you can see at the back of the neck on the outside, the backside of those stitches, and you can see that they are very clean and very subtle. Next, let's take a look at the care tags that are inside the sweatshirt. So identical again to the dark shadow piece, there is a seam that goes all the way down the back from the neck to the hem, straight down the back. So that's very different from your normal shirt construction, but a lot of Rick Owens stuff has that, and we'll talk about that a bit later. But again, it has these pieces of fabric coming off here, and that is what the care tags are attached to. So they are these little kind of black ribbons that then go around the back side, and that's what's stitched on to the care tags themselves. And now if we take a look at those care tags, starting with the side that has that fabric stitched onto it, you have made in Italy in all caps, and then slightly bolder centered underneath, you have that model number, which does match the one that was on the sticker on the tag. Then you've got your sizing in 4 different nationalities: Italian, Great Britain, Denmark, and US, although they are all the same, S for small. Now under that, you've got your colorway, again matching that retail tag. And it should be noted that these are a fairly soft plastic, matte white tag here, and there are 2 loop tags there. So then at the fold right there, you can see the fabrication information starting, and that goes kind of vertically down from top to bottom. And you can see that in this case it is 100% cotton, whereas the detailing is polyamide and elastane, it looks like. And again, very interestingly, the fabrication information kind of carries over from this tag to the next. Then on that second tag, you start to get the washing information, the care information. You've got the symbols there, and then the information starts on this side, starting with English, and carries over onto this side here. And on the back side of that, you've got 000. I'm not sure exactly what that stands for, but then you have all of the corporate information. So in kind of a bolder font, Owens Corp Italia SPA, you've got their address, and then the Rick Owens logo kind of very lightly printed on there at the bottom. And then underneath that, you have a clean white stitch going across, which I suppose how these are stitched together. Now let's start taking a look at some of the unique details of this piece, because boy, are there a lot of them, my God. And of course, I think we need to start with this like smock attachment here. So while the sweatshirt itself is black, this is a dark gray. And it is much, much thinner than the sweatshirt itself. It really flows and it falls, which makes sense because this one is something that you can really shape and drape as you want to. And the reason for that is because they actually have snaps where they can snap on. So you've got one right here up top under the right shoulder, one under the left, one in the middle on this side, one in the middle on that side, and again down at the bottom on both sides there. So in total, you've got 2, 4, 6 snaps, and you can kind of mix and match those to have it drape however you want. So let's undo one of these snaps here. So you can see it is silver with a kind of slightly brass interior. And this side, the kind of nipple side, is just straight silver. And as we continue to start undoing them, you will notice that underneath, going straight down from these snaps, you kind of have that same vertical sort of equal sign road lanes going down. So you've got a stitch coming here, and that goes all the way down to the bottom. And then you've got one on this side as well. So even if you were to take this smock piece off, it wouldn't just be a plain piece. It would have some kind of detailing there just from the extra snap pieces and then that stitching going down. And another thing to note here is that the smock itself is asymmetrical. So the buttons do appear to be symmetrical in their placement, but as you can see, this side of the smock, very little left over here, whereas this has more. So as you wear it, as you'll see later, it kind of hangs off in really interesting ways. Another standout piece of this sweatshirt are these 2 straps that come down out of the bottom of the sweatshirt. And those stitch in inside the sweatshirt just above the hem and hang down. So again, that provides extra styling opportunities if you want to just have them hang down or you want to tie them off or anything interesting like that. And I also want to talk a little bit about the cut here. So as you can see, coming off the neckline, you have 2 stitches right there, one coming straight across there and straight across there. And then coming down from the back of the neck, you have this one long seam that goes all the way down the neck. So when you add those together with these stitches in the front, it kind of makes this interesting T shape to this stitching, which is kind of a staple of Rick Owens pieces. The neck here is a nice, thin, simple crew neck, ribbed. And the sleeves are also ribbed, although these are double layered, so a bit thicker than the neck. So now that we've checked everything out, I think it's time to try this on to see how it feels and see how it fits. So first off, talking about the fit, I find the fit to be super, super interesting. So on the one hand, it feels quite slim, like especially on the sleeves, it's pretty tight, and even the body is tight, but it also has this long line, so it feels both long and slim. The fabric of the sweatshirt itself is quite stiff, but in a really, really comfortable way. Like, I like that a lot. I have to say though, wearing this just makes me feel great. I feel super confident, I feel really good, and I really just enjoy playing with the different ways I can wear it. Like, I can wear it fully buttoned up, I can start taking some of the buttons off and have it hang off in interesting ways. If I was feeling just more conservative that day, I could take it off entirely and wear it more as just your average black sweatshirt, just with an interesting long line. So there's so many opportunities for re-wearing this in new and interesting ways that makes me so happy inside. So that is how you tell the difference between real and fake Rick Owens. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time. it.